Hello everyone. What's the date today? Thursday, November, 5th? Is today the 5th? I think it is. Hi everyone, I'm doing another IG Live. It's easy to come on live and share some energy. So this is going to be shorter than last night's Instagram Live. Today is November 5th. It's Thursday, and I love you very, very much. For whatever reason, I'm feeling called to come on live instead of doing videos, so here we are. I want to share what came through this afternoon in the hopes that it can assist you wherever you are on the earth plane navigating your now moments. Okay, so obviously I'm in the United States. And we're going through this election. And here's what my guides were showing me. So first of all, this is about a massive shift in consciousness, right? So we can look at it in the physical reality and say, oh, no, this is about an election. Or no, this is about COVID, right? Or no, this is about vaccines. And from one perspective, from one dimensional field, third dimension, absolutely. This is about an election. This is about Biden or Trump. This is about COVID. This is about vaccines. Yes, from one perspective, 1000% that's correct. From another perspective, it's about shifting frequencies. And it's about literally peeling ourselves out of a third dimensional matrix. And that is what is happening. It is not about perpetuating the divide. I'm right and you're wrong. If you vote for Trump, you're a racist. If you vote for Biden, you're stupid, right? Whatever they're saying. That's perpetuating the third dimensional matrix divide. It's okay if you're in it. It's okay if you're doing it. Just pay attention and be aware. Just observe. But here's the bigger perspective, and here's what this is all about. This is what this is all about, and it's very simple. It's about being able to hold yourself in higher states of consciousness as you navigate what is unraveling in the external. For example, meaning you don't get caught up in the actual matrix. So here's what I mean. This is what's so awesome about what's going on, okay? It's really freaking amazing. I'm just going to talk about the United States because that's where I'm at and that's what I'm in right now. I'm in the election moment. I'm in the election energy, so I'm going to talk about it. You got a Biden supporter, you got a Trump supporter. And you say to both of them, shine your mother freaking light as high, as bright as you possibly can for the highest outcome of humanity. Now the Biden supporter is like, Biden, right? And the Biden supporter is opening their heart and they're like, yes, I'm shining out all this love, right? And the Trump supporter is like, yes, I'm seeing the higher timeline. It's going to be Trump, right? And they're opening up their heart and they're beaming out love, right? Instead of looking at each other and saying, you suck, perpetuating what the kind of darker consciousnesses want us to do, right? So the darker consciousnesses, they want us to really play in this third dimensional matrix. They want us to get really angry with each other, name call, be distracted by how they're actually manipulating and controlling us. So the way they manipulate and control us is they keep us yelling at each other. When really all we want to do is shift the human collective into more peace, into more love, into more joy, into more unity. If you ask a Biden supporter what they want freedom, they want love, they want peace, they want joy, they want the same things that a Trump supporter wants. Trump supporter, what do you want? Freedom, joy, peace, right? But what's happening is there's a narrative happening beyond what we are consciously aware of, that is being thrown at us so that we turn towards each other and perpetuate this ridiculous divide, absurd divide, so that the powers that be, that you may or may not understand are actually controlling us, can continue to control us. So here's what's happening. If we stay in our heart centers, regardless of who we're voting for, who we voted for, maybe there's going to be another election, I don't know, who we voted for, okay? And you're shining this light out and you're holding your higher timeline. The Biden supporters' higher timeline, the Trump supporters' higher timeline. Guess what's going to happen? The entire human collective is going to shift into a higher state of consciousness. The entire human collective is going to shift. Because now we have millions upon millions upon millions of humans that are holding their higher timeline, but they're holding themselves in higher states of consciousness. You see, we have this illusion that we want separate things. We have an illusion that if you're on one side or the other, you're wanting something different. From a higher perspective, when my guides are looking down, they're like, this is awesome. We've never had this many humans opening their heart centers and spouting out love frequency as we do right now. We don't care who they vote for. Because we know, speaking of higher dimensional beings, we know that the outcome of the United States election is going to be the individual that will be able to bring the human collective into higher states of consciousness. They don't care who it is. That's the outcome. Because that's how we are being in this now moment as humans. We are stepping into higher states of consciousness. Continuing to. So as you navigate, you guys, right now, wherever you are in the world, maybe this is about relationships, whatever is going on with you. First, recognize that there is a third dimensional matrix that is very physical, that is going to tell you that this is about a physical reality. So first see the physical matrix. The election, Trump, Biden, divide, left and right, red, blue, blah, 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 right? Divide. Then start to look at what narratives are being given to you that are creating and perpetuating that divide. They're wrong, they're bad, they're this, they're that, right? Great. It allows you to continue to have that argument, right? And then go beyond and say, this is not about this. This is about how I am being asked to be in higher states of consciousness right now. Regardless of the third dimensional reality where I place I circle my name, the name of the president that I want to win or the candidate that I want to run, right? I play in the matrix. I vote. I have opinions. I have truths. I have knowingnesses. Biden supporter has opinions, truths, and knowingnesses that are just as strong as Trump supporters. Just as strong. Opinions, truths, and knowingnesses. This isn't about this. It is about these two individuals holding higher states of consciousness so the entire human collective can shift while they still hold opinions, truths, and knowingnesses. This is called unity. This is called the quantum field. And this is something that is very difficult to hold. Very difficult to hold. But this is what's happening right now. This is why it's such a miraculous time. It is such a miraculous time because on one level, in a physical reality, we're playing in duality. We're playing in divide. And at the exact same time, we are shifting an entire human collective by holding higher states of consciousness. And a higher state of consciousness is having empathy. It's having compassion. It's having understanding. It's opening yourself up to a more surrendered now moment state. It's starting to peel away this matrix that you're playing in. There's so many ways that we can be in higher states of consciousness while we still stand in a divided world. You don't get rid of the divide and then become unified. You unify in the divide. You unify in the divide. And you unify by allowing everyone to have their opinions, beliefs, and truths, opinion, belief, and truth, and you just stay focused on the outcome that we are here to do, which is shift the entire human collective into love, prosperity, abundance, compassion, empathy, expansion, unity, present moment, an honoring of all. That's what we're moving into. That's what we're practicing right now, over and over and over again. And over again. So just pay attention. It's the message that's coming in. I thought it was a pretty awesome message, because it really, what it can allow you to do is to settle a bit more. It can allow you to relax just a little bit more. Because the more light that we're shining on this entire human journey and this entire human experience and this entire earth plane, the more light that we're shining, meaning I'm opening up my fourth energy center and I am literally Care Bear style shining light out. And I'm not shining light out to only specific individuals. I'm shining light out to the entire earth plane. The only thing that happens is that the entire earth plane soaks in that energy and starts to shift into higher states of consciousness, which is that the light wins. What does that mean, the light wins? It means honesty, truth, compassion, empathy, free will, choice, sovereignty. That wins. The more we shine our light. Greed, manipulation, cheating, lying, stealing, it's only going to be seen as we shine more light. Whether you agree that there has been a massive fraud in the United States election or not, it's definitely coming up to be looked at. So whether you're believing that to be true or not, it is coming up. It is being shown to us. It's not a fake story. Something's happening here. Right? So why? Why? Many of us don't want to look. We don't want to admit or say that that's impossible. People wouldn't do that. It's the same thing that everything we've been experiencing in the last 9 months. It's impossible to say that that could possibly happen, and yet it can happen. The more light we shine, the more the dark comes out to be seen. And sometimes lying and cheating and deceiving comes out of the woodwork. That is not to say that a specific candidate is the right candidate or the wrong candidate. Take the political candidates out of the picture. That's not what this is about. Someone said to me today, well, you're a spiritual teacher. You shouldn't be talking about politics. You're a spiritual teacher. You shouldn't take sides. I'm not taking sides. And I can speak about politics because it's part of the third dimensional matrix that we are breaking out of. So why am I going to ignore it? I'm going to ignore that which I'm being asked to look at so that I can step out of it? We have to look at what we are stuck to in order to pull ourselves out of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking at the systems that we are standing on. The key here is that you don't play in it, meaning you don't get stuck in it. You recognize that this is all about shifting consciousness, period. End of discussion, case closed. And everything physical is just the toppings on the cake or the toppings on the pizza. There's no toppings on cake, toppings on the pizza. The physical reality is the toppings on the pizza. It's what makes the pizza so good. But what we're here to do and why we're here right now has nothing to do with Trump and Biden. It has everything to do with shifting into higher states of consciousness by you being it. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the political system. Yeah, I'm going to talk about corruption. Yeah, I'm going to talk about whatever we're going through right now, because it's how we get through it. It's how we get through it. I don't talk about sides. I don't say what's right or wrong, good or bad. I talk about energy. Talk about energy, which is what this is. And we can't beat ourselves up when we're in it, because we're standing on the matrix. Imagine the matrix as this spider web. Days where you're going to get caught up in it, and days when you're going to be like, oh no, I know what this is all about. I know what this is all about. Think about what we've been doing just the last couple of days. I don't know about you, but I have been holding more light and shining more light from my body than I ever have. I would say the last couple of weeks, probably the last month, right? More love, more love, more love, more love, more love. For the purpose of being able to create the highest outcome for humanity, the best outcome for humanity, whatever that is. Let's do it. Let's bring that into the now moment. Let's bring that into the now moment. The highest good. So dropping right, wrong, dropping red, blue, dropping Democrat, Republican, but literally just dropping into shifting the anger into love, shifting the violence into peace, shifting the murder into calm, shifting these things simply by shining your freaking light. That's how we do this. That's how it works. It's that simple. It's that easy. I did it all day today. All day. Closed my eyes, opened my heart center, and just saw all this light just like consuming Mother Earth. All day long. Without an attachment to anything. Without an attachment to anything. Just knowing that by doing that, it was going to impact consciousnesses that were in a lower frequency. Greed, corruption, lying, stealing, death, or not death, let's say murder, torture, abuses, all kinds of stuff. It dissolves. And I don't have to be in control of how it dissolves or collapses. I don't need to worry about how it's going to happen. I just show up and shine. And it takes 2 seconds. I sat down, closed my eyes, opened the fourth energy center, shined that light out, and just chilled for a moment. 5 minutes. I was getting a massage today. I did it in the massage table. I visualized the earth, and I visualized all this light around the earth. All this light around the earth. And that's when the message came in from my guides. They were chuckling almost. You guys think this is all about the red and the blue. You guys think this is about the Republican and Democrat. It's a trick almost. It's a trick. Because what are you guys actually doing, Lori? Shining light. And what is that actually doing, Lori? Increasing the frequency on the earth plane in the human body. And what is that doing, Lori? Shifting us into higher states of consciousness. So what really matters, Lori? Democrat and Republican, or that you're holding higher states of consciousness and shifting light out onto the earth plane? Shifting light onto the earth plane is what really matters. So remember, all the physical stuff that we're seeing, it's real. It's alive. We're in it. But what's beyond it? What's this really all about? What's this really all about? Peeling ourselves off. And not beating off the matrix. And not beating ourselves up when we're in it. When we're in the matrix. When we're yelling at someone, right? Or arguing with someone. It's okay. You got caught in the matrix. It's okay. This is an accelerated course in stepping into higher states of consciousness right now. This is what it feels like to me. I'm now in an accelerated course of stepping into higher states of consciousness 24/7 right now. No joke. It's like I went from 8th grade math to 12th grade freaking, what's like the highest math you can take in high school? Like trigonometry, which I never took. Trigonometry. You went from like algebra 1 to trigonometry, and you're like, oh, this is the big dogs. This is the big dogs. Now we're going. Now it's getting real. Now I'm needed even more. You are needed now more than ever. Wherever you are on the earth plane, whatever country you're in, whatever city you're in, whatever town you're in. This is not just about the United States. This is about recognizing the power that we have individually to shift any consciousness that we're experiencing. We do not need to go down the path of more darkness in order to shift it. I do not believe that. I do not play in that timeline, and I do not want that timeline. I believe that we can continue to hold higher states of consciousness, and I believe that we can hold higher timelines, pulling us out of even more intense stuff, and not go down the very long route of dealing with very, very dark stuff. I think we can shine our light on it and see it and allow it to be shown to us and dismantle it and collapse it by staying on the higher timeline. Because we have to collapse it, we have to see it, we have to let it come up. There's got to be more chaos and more corruption, it's all got to come up. But I don't need to go down this really long road into heavy, heavy darkness in order for it to be collapsing and clearing. I hold the intention and knowingness for me that if I hold higher states of consciousness over and over again, it can be easier. You know, we can move through it with ease and grace. Challenging, earthquakey, holy cows moments, right? But we don't have to go through this from a very dark place. We don't have to. It's not necessary. And I think that we've done such a great job in raising our own frequency and raising the frequency of the earth plane that I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to be able to continue to navigate these now moments, continuing to increase frequency within ourselves and within the earth plane. And I think that we're going to be able to take the highway and the higher route through this while we shine the hell on that dark. I truly believe that's what's going to happen. I really do. But we all need to be holding that light. What an amazing moment right now to be on the earth plane and to recognize that you're light and to recognize that you've got this like lightsaber, like Star Wars, so to speak, within your body that literally has the ability to shift an entire human collective. Whether you believe that or not, it's true. That's how powerful we are. What we did last night, you guys, when we came together, whether you believe this or not, we shifted the frequency on the earth plane. When we all came together last night, there was like 1,400 of us. Not a lot, but enough. We shifted our own frequencies from anxiety and stress and worry to love and light and joy and peace and calm. We visualized that light going out onto the earth plane. And just that, just the 1,300 of us that may have done it, or maybe more that watched it later, it made an impact. You see, we doubt ourselves. We doubt our light. We doubt energy. We doubt the quantum field. We doubt that me just sitting outside at my house, drinking my coffee and shining my light's going to do anything. That's not going to do anything. Why even do it? It does a lot. We're not used to it. And the reason that we don't believe it or we're not used to it is because we haven't really had a lot of practice. We've been very unconscious. We've been sedated. We've been controlled. We've been manipulated. Now we're waking up and we're like, wait a second, I can actually take control of my reality. Wait a second. I can actually assist this entire human collective. In 2.2 seconds, it doesn't take that long. I can do that. And the more of us that are doing that, and the more of us that are holding these higher states of consciousness, the louder the dark's going to get, the more dark we're going to see, and the more we're going to skyrocket into these higher states of consciousness, peeling ourselves out of the third dimensional matrix and saying, holy cow, look at what we've been in. Look at what I have been living in. There's more to be seen. Holy wowzers. There's more deceit. There's more deception. There's more lies. There's more manipulation. You got to be kidding me. I can't take any more. And what do? We keep holding the higher states of consciousness, remembering like, oh yeah, this is what happens. I shine my light. Millions of others are shining their light in the same now moment all over the earth plane. And then we get to see all the dark crap come up. Oh yeah, I've been doing this for about 9 months. I'm used to this. What else is coming? Oh, a crazy United States election. Oh, all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Okay, got it. Yep, we must be holding really high states of consciousness because the dark is blatantly showing themselves to us, right? Blatantly. So this is what we do. And this is why we're here. So, off we go again. Off we go. Do your best to have compassion for yourself. Do your best to have empathy for yourself. Do your best to have compassion and empathy and love for others. Remember that it's not just about the physical reality that you're seeing. It is also about, and it is mostly beyond the physical, it is all about shifting the entire human collective into higher states of consciousness. How can I do that in my now moment? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? It's our main focus right now. If you're in a country, if you're in a state, if you're in a town, if you're in a province that is going through some massive dark stuff, practice shining the light all over the town. Get people together in a group and practice shining your light on your town. Every week, every day, whatever you need to do, get people together and visualize light all over your town. And I am almost 1,000% certain that you'll start to see energetic shifts in your town. Try it. Try it. I almost did a meditation today, but I needed a little time out. My guides are like, meditation, group meditation, group meditation, group meditation. Over and over and over again, group meditation. That is one of the most important things that they're asking me to do right now, is getting us together in a group and doing meditations over and over and over. And I don't ask why, and I don't ask how. This is just what they say. So even just doing this live and connecting live with your energies, it really helps. It helps the entire earth plane. It does. Even if we're not necessarily closing our eyes and like, okay, I'm going to focus on, opening my heart and beaming out the light. It still helps, which is probably why they're having me go live. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me. What a ride. What a ride we are on. It is total Care Bear style, like, donk. Yeah, I don't know if I'll show up tomorrow live, probably. But, hopefully this was helpful. Be gentle with yourselves. And remember the bigger picture, what this is really all about. Why you're really here in the earth plane. Why you're really in this incarnated physical body right now. When you talk about, I'm a light worker. I'm a starseed. I'm a way shower. Whatever, right? Well, this is when the rubber hits the road. This is actually when you show up. This is the show up time, okay? It doesn't have anything to do about your website. It doesn't have anything to do with that money you're making. It doesn't have anything to do about the name that you're giving yourself or your bio or your pics or, the services you're providing. Those are great. Again, those are like toppings in your sundae, right? It's beautiful. It's an awesome piece of being human. But the light worker, the way shower, the warrior of light, the starseed is here to shift an entire human collective by shining the hell out of the dark, by holding higher states, shining, shining, shining. That's how we do the work. That's how we do it. Love, love, love. Not divide, but unify. Not divide, but unify. Unify, unify, unify. And still keeping opinions, beliefs, thoughts, knowingnesses. You get to have it all. You can do it unifying. Well, I love you guys. I was just reading some of the comments. I love you guys. Be gentle. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm just reading. Okay. Love you guys. Mwah! See you later. See you tomorrow.